We are less than 13 hours away from an event that's drawing the attention across the country and, of course, on social media. There are two protest plans, and they're being called Occupy Steubenville. Tomorrow, right there at the Jefferson County Courthouse, a peaceful demonstration will take place to show support for the alleged victim in the Steubenville rape case. Now, demonstrations will be held the next two Saturdays, tomorrow and on January 5th. At the courthouse beginning at noon, organizers say the city can no longer suffer what they call oppression from corrupt officials. We've yet to receive a comment from the city in response to this protest. Now, we will be working throughout the day to bring you the latest details on these demonstrations beginning tomorrow. Also, stay tuned to our website at WTRF7.com for continuing coverage on Occupy Steubenville. Now, this brings us to the results for a lot of the security web poll question, where we wanted to know, do you support the Occupy Steubenville protest? 67% of our voters tonight said yes, 33% said no. Robert Fitzsimmons, an attorney based here in the Wheeling area, spoke to 7 News just hours ago regarding this case surrounding his teenage client and the circumstances differing them between an adult and a juvenile. Here's what he had to say.
The treatment is somewhat different, the punishment's different, and the ramifications are different. Our juveniles, because of their age, under the age of 18, are treated differently because they are considered, basically they haven't had the maturity and the life experiences to make a proper decision, so that they are not held fully accountable. They are still held accountable.
The Fitzsimmons law firm serves the victim in this case in an advisory and counseling role. Fitzsimmons went on to say, in America we have, quote, the greatest judicial system on the planet, and that a just verdict would be rendered. Again, we will keep you updated as this case unfolds tomorrow. More on that protest as well. More news.
Well, more tonight on the Steubenville rape investigation. We have heard from those representing the defendants. We've heard from the internet community, coaches, school officials, but up until now, we have not heard from anybody speaking on behalf of the alleged victim, the teenage girl. While the special prosecutors from the Attorney General's office are not able to comment today, News 9's Natalie Herbick sat down with the attorney who is also representing her in this case.
Do you believe that others should be charged with a crime based on what you've investigated or what you've seen?
You know, I think when you ever ask anybody that question, people have their own personal opinions. I believe in our judicial system and our prosecutors, and I believe that people bring the charges for the right reasons, and I believe that there are many rights also for the people that are charged, that before that they're actually convicted or found not guilty. I think there are certain rights and all that, and I think that they deserve their day in court by a fair, neutral, detached jury and a judge, and whatever it is, and it will decide that. So I don't really have any opinions or any concerns about what's being done. I'm sure the law enforcement officers are doing their job, and I know the Attorney General's office is also.
You have faith in. A lot of people have doubted the local police. They've doubted the local prosecutor before things got turned over to the state. They have worries of a cover-up. Do you feel the same way?
I don't have worries or concerns about that. I'm pretty sure that our judicial system works pretty well, both in Ohio and West Virginia. And as a lawyer, I've seen it work in both ways. Sometimes you get a result that you're unhappy with, and there's a certain group of people that are unhappy, and sometimes the other side is happy. So you can't please everybody in our judicial system, but it is the best system on the planet, and it works pretty good. It really does.
My last question to you is, when do you expect to file a suit? Are you planning on filing a suit? And would any homeowners where this alleged drinking was expected to have occurred be named defendants, or anyone else for that matter?
I prefer not to answer that question at this point. We're just not prepared to answer a question at this time.
Now, the Internet Hacktivist Anonymous plans on holding a peaceful rally outside of the Jefferson County Courthouse tomorrow in support of the alleged victim in this crime. Steubenville Police Chief Bill McCafferty says the city was never notified, but as long as people conduct themselves in an orderly fashion, he expects things to go pretty smooth. He says that they will react accordingly as far as how much of a police presence is needed. Well, if you missed any of the interview with Robert Fitzsimmons, or you want to catch the entire interview, it's posted on our website, WTOV9.com. Of course, we'll continue to follow this story. Be sure to stick with News 9 and WTOV9.com for